Hello, people of YouTube. This is Steve Gray. I am Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for future anime and cartoon-related videos. So today, we are talking about Tower of God, Season 1, Episode 9. And let me tell you, there is a lot of Game of Thrones stuff going on. So many betrayals. So many crazy things going on. Spoiler alert, 3, 2, 1. Ho kills himself. That is probably the highlight of this episode. Silent Man that's hanging out with Rock kind of runs to defend Rachel, I'm thinking. We're not really sure. Basically, Rachel got stabbed in the back by Ho, and he just vanished. He was one of the two that passed. Him and Rock both passed, and that was basically it. We don't know pretty much anything more about that. He disappeared, and we're all wondering where he disappeared to. So basically what happened is Endorsi needed to pass. Endorsi is a princess of Jihad. She knows she can pass, and she needed to pass. So the easiest way for her to pass, besides obviously snatching the badge from the ranker, would be simply to kill a few of her teammates and do some traitorous Game of Thrones stuff. So that's basically what she does. She basically defeats a couple of her own fishermen. I don't think she actually kills them, but she basically beats them to the point where they're not getting up. They're not getting up. They're done. They're going to fail the test. Only so many fishermen can pass the test, and she is definitely going to be one that does. So basically, what happens with that is she ends up getting an ignition weapon, which we don't know too much about, other than basically I think you can use the power of Shinzo inside of it to ignite it, and it produces this kind of green shooty flame type thing, I guess is the best way to describe that. I'm not really sure how else you would describe that. But moving forward with that, her and Quant, the ranker, are fighting at it pretty good, decent battle, definitely very enjoyable. And basically during this time, Bam also wants to pass, because the quicker they pass, the quicker he can save Rachel, who literally got stabbed in the back by Ho. So he actually steals Quant's technique, which is basically forcing your Shinzo inside of somebody to freeze them. It works on Ho, gets him away from Rachel, and it works on Quant, the ranker, for a brief amount of time. But obviously him being a ranker, he knows how to quickly reverse it, or it's just not powerful enough to actually stop him in his tracks. But it works for maybe half a second. But he dodges everything anywhere. It was very nice to see Endorsi trick Quant, because basically what she does is Quant asks where her badge is. She lifts up her little coat vest thing and shows something red, but it's not actually her badge. It's actually her panties, which I thought was hilarious, or her shorts. To me, they looked more like shorts. But basically what happened is she walks over to Quant, rests her head on his shoulder, and he was like, "Oh, look at me. I won real easily, and I won the heart of a princess. Look at how awesome I am." But in reality, he didn't get the badge. She had the badge on her back the entire time, and she got the badge from him, winning the game, getting all of those points. So Bam's passing, and Dorsey's passing, and I'm sure a few other members are passing as well. Now, I believe it is Hots. Let's talk about Hots for a minute here. So Hots is with a couple of the fishermen, and he was like, "Look, I know I can't defeat Quant on my own, but I am going to need you two other fishermen to basically help me defeat him. So what I'm going to do is you guys hide in the shadow. I'm going to get him to a point where he won't be able to move, or, kind of semi-restrain him, and then you two are going to defeat him, or, come out and kill them." And basically, instead of being good people, they decide to be traitors as well and run away. So Quan actually catches up to both of them, and I think he actually killed both of them, is what we're led to believe. He was like, "You two are traitors, Hots is out here fighting for his life, trying to win this thing, actually participating, and you two are just running away, trying to save your pathetic, useless lives, and instead of, standing for something, meaning for something." And Quan most likely ended up killing them. So Team B passes. I'm assuming we are moving on to the next level. We might see level 3 this season. Next episode, I doubt we're going to see level 3. It's most likely going to be a healing period in between the tests to get to level 3. So let's see who passed. Rachel most likely passed. Kuhn passed. Rock passed. I believe Hedon. I think Yuri, Anak, Hotz, and Dorsey, Shibuchi, or Kurobar guy, Laurel, and I think that's basically it. Possibly Serena. She didn't really do anything in this match, so I'm guessing that she probably won't pass. She and Ho actually had kind of a heartfelt moment. Because basically the backstory behind Ho is that right before he came here, he only had the ability to basically save himself and his entire clan, kind of the Sasuke backstory, if you would like to call it, basically got wiped out. Meaning that he was like the strongest among all these people in his clan. He was looked upon, revered, and these giant ogre-like things basically came, killed all of his people, took all of their horns, and Ho was somehow left alive. Either he was able to defend himself, but he wasn't able to defend all of his people, etc. So that is actually the reason he took his own life. I'm assuming he wanted to get to the top of the tower because anything can happen at the top of the tower, and it is led us to believe maybe you get like a wish granted or something along those lines. And as I said, we don't have the information yet, so I don't really know. But who knows? Maybe that'll happen. But we have a very, very long way to go. This was definitely kind of an emotional episode. A lot of traitors, things, and I felt bad because we didn't fully connect with Ho. We still don't know who actually gave him the note, but basically the reason he was trying to kill Rachel was because he was trying to get Bam to quit, because Bam showed some of his power when they were doing the Shinso test, and Ho realized that he is nowhere near the level he is going to need to be to climb the tower. So the only way he can get to the next level is basically do something skeevy like try to kill Rachel, so that way Bam quits willingly. Rachel's gone, that gets rid of two of them, something along those lines. But at this point in time, Ho is dead. Serena, as I said, she didn't really fight Quant. I think if she also fought Quant while Bam and Dorsey were fighting him, there was a good possibility she would have passed, but she did not. And Dorsey got the badge. She's definitely going up the tower. She has a new weapon, which is pretty cool. I do thoroughly like the sword she has, which is pretty nice. Rachel, she is most likely alive, no problem. I am wondering what they are going to do, because Rachel even says, why did you climb the tower with me? You shouldn't have done that. I specifically told you not to do that, but Bam is in love with Rachel, as we all know, so what to do that anyway. That was also part of the issue, too, because Bam has some love in his life, or somebody he likes, and Ho has nothing. So I think Ho is also very jealous of Bam, wanted him to feel exactly how he felt. Nobody, nothing, etc., back at the bottom of the barrel. And the only way he could do that, obviously, is kill Rachel. We did see the redhead girl, whose name I don't think we know yet. Let me see. I have a few names down here. Possibly, it's not Yuri. No, I'm not sure. I don't think we exactly know her name. It's maybe Rachin, perhaps? No, I don't think that's her name either. But there's a possibility that she slipped a note to Ho to kind of just throw him off, I think is the best way to describe that, because there's a very limited possibility of Ho passing. I think that's what the issue was. So she wanted to ensure her spot as well. The girl that Bam hit with a Shinzo messed up her eye, got the red, beautiful flowing hair. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that, if indeed she passes as well, because she didn't really do anything. I'll be honest, she didn't seem like she did anything during the entire test, but maybe she did something that we don't know about. Maybe she took out a few of her own teammates as well. Even more freaking betrayal, but who knows? It was just a crazy, crazy episode. So let's move on to what's probably going to happen next episode. What's probably going to happen next episode is that it's going to be like a break. The crew members that were all kind of teamed up, quote unquote, probably going to get back together. They might get rid of Dorsey out of that group. Maybe Rachel will be inside the group. Rachel's probably fine. She's got to heal up. There is always that possibility that Rachel won't pass. Because she didn't really do much either besides get held hostage. She is clearly pretty weak in my opinion. She definitely tried to defend herself, but also got stabbed in the process. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that. But she's probably going to be fine. I don't know if she's going to pass, though, so we'll just have to wait and see if she passes. 9 out of 10, she's going to pass, but there's a good possibility that they might put one of them, Rachel or Bam, in a different group. Probably more Rachel than Bam, because all of the characters are already developing around Bam, so it would make sense for Bam to continue on and Rachel just to be put in a different group. Oh, that fell, didn't it? Well, anyway, I'm going to keep going. And that's pretty much all she wrote. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.